I just went on a little hike and I made a big connection with how I view my gifts and how I view myself and my purpose. I had this feeling like of being unsettled and I didn't know what to do with it. So I felt like I needed to get out by myself, and I started thinking about what's holding me back, my fears. I haven't been very vocal about my work, except for with a very close circle. I'm starting to be more open about it. I have my Through the Veil podcast that I do with Elle, and we talk about spiritual gifts from a faith-based perspective, but we still talk about things that sometimes people are too afraid to approach this topic because it feels like uncharted territory, or it's not as common in the Christian world to talk about the specific gifts of being able to sense loved ones who've passed on and hear messages from them, receive love from them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad about it. It's actually a really good thing, but still a little bit, I don't even like the word fringy, but uncommon. So we started the podcast Through the Veil with Ellen and Camille to discuss spiritual gifts, near-death experiences, miracles, in hopes that people feel more connected to God, their higher power, to their loved ones on the other side, and even to themselves. Accepting themselves and their gifts without feeling like, am I weird? So that's a good thing, but I still have been hesitant and careful and just slow to open up about what I'm doing, slow to bridge the gap between the Camille who wrote the book about losing her son and learning how she can connect with him. That, I think in the Christian world, is maybe a little alternative, but still acceptable. Like, oh, she wants to connect with her son. Of course, why not? If she feels she has the gift and she's using it and it helps her, great. And she can teach other people how to, develop that skill as well for their loved ones, great. But here where it gets a little bit tricky is I can not only connect to my son, but I can connect to other loved ones of mine, but I can also connect to your loved ones who want to tell you something. So that's the thing, is I have that ability. I have been trained ethically on how to use it. My background is in coaching. I care a lot about ethics and professionalism. But now the challenge is sharing that with the world, or, at least sharing it, where it should be shared. So I was just on this hike and I was thinking about the fear that I have. What if people think I'm bad? What if people don't believe me? What if people think there's something wrong with me? And then I made the connection to another time in my life I have felt those feelings and thought those thoughts. What if people think I'm bad? What if they blame me, or they think there's something wrong with me? What if there's just the shame, right? That shame talk. When I was a kid, I was sexually abused by someone in the extended family. And I carried this with me, like knowing there was something different about me and not actually really having words for it yet. I was just a kid. But knowing there was something I felt ashamed about or felt uncomfortable inside of me, and these memories attached, kind of fuzzy but still real. And I wondered, like, is there something wrong with me? Am I bad? And it's not that same kind of shame talk. Like, with these gifts, it's really like, will people perceive me in a specific way that takes away the beauty from what they are? Same with sexual abuse. Will someone perceive me as being bad and overlook the beauty of what I am? That was a huge epiphany for me. It's the same shame. And I get to decide, I'm 43, I get to decide, am I gonna let the shame, talk win me over? Am I gonna stay small? Am I going to live out of fear? Or am I going to share my story in hopes that other people feel empowered and feel like there's hope? They can connect with their loved ones. This isn't the end. Help people find a break from the noise of this world and connect to their own divinity, to God, to the other side. That's my goal, is to help people find healing and peace. That's the journey I've been on in my life, and that's the journey I know so many others are on too.